My name is Elesy, and if you've ever been hurt by the very people you trusted most, you'll understand what I'm about to say. I never thought my family, the ones who were supposed to love and protect me, would be the first to break me. I used to believe home was the safest place in the world, until the day I realized it was where all my pain began. Sometimes, I still ask myself, why? Why did the people I loved most become strangers to my heart? Why did they choose to see me as a burden instead of a daughter? If you've ever felt that kind of betrayal, stay with me. Because my story isn't just about pain, it's about what comes after it. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Venge Soul, Saitrao, and tell me in the comments, which city are you watching from? The day, everything changed. It happened on an ordinary evening, the kind that used to feel safe. The smell of dinner filled the house, laughter echoed from the living room. And then suddenly, silence. I walked in, confused, as my mother's eyes burned into me. On the table lay my father's broken watch, the one he cherished since before I was born. Someone had told them I broke it out of anger. But I hadn't even touched it. I didn't do it, I said quietly. My voice shook, but no one cared. My father stood there, disappointed, as if he'd already decided I was guilty. My brother crossed his arms, looking at me like I was some kind of stranger. Every word I spoke fell into emptiness, like my voice didn't belong in that house anymore. No one asked for my side of the story. No one wanted to hear the truth. It didn't matter what I said. Their minds were made up. That night, I sat in my room with the door closed, listening to their whispers outside. They spoke about me like I wasn't even part of the family anymore, and for the first time, I realized what it truly meant to be alone. That was the day I realized I had no one. Thrown away like a stranger. The next morning, the house didn't feel like home anymore. No one spoke to me at breakfast. No one looked at me. It was like I'd already been erased, a ghost moving through walls that once held love. Then my father's voice broke the silence. Maybe it's better if you leave, for a while, he said coldly. My mother didn't even look up. My brother smirked like he'd won something. I wanted to scream, to beg them to see the truth. But what was the point? Their hearts were already closed. So I packed a small bag, just a few clothes, an old photo, and the necklace my grandmother gave me. That was all I had left of a life that wasn't mine anymore. As I stepped outside, the cold air hit my face. Tears fell, but I held my head high, because even though they threw me away like a stranger, I wasn't broken, not completely. I walked down that road with nothing but pain in my chest and fire in my soul. One day, I told myself, karma would come for them. Maybe not now. But soon, they forgot me, but I didn't forget what they did. Starting from nothing. The first nights alone were the hardest. I slept on a cold floor in a small rented room, staring at the ceiling and wondering how everything went so wrong. No one called. No one checked if I was okay. It felt like I'd vanished from the world, and no one even noticed. But hunger doesn't wait for heartbreak. I took small jobs, cleaning, serving, anything that could earn me a few coins. People looked down on me. Some laughed, others pretended I wasn't there. Every rejection cut deep, but I swallowed my pride and kept going. There were days I cried quietly while folding clothes or washing dishes, but every tear made me a little stronger, because the more the world pushed me down, the more I learned to stand on my own. I stopped waiting for someone to save me. I became my own strength, my own voice, my own family. One step at a time, I was rebuilding myself from the pieces they left behind. If they won't see my worth, I'll show the world instead. The rise. Years passed, and the world changed, but so did I. The girl who once cried alone in a dark room had learned to fight for her own light. I worked in silence, day after day, building a life no one thought I could. While they forgot my name, I was out there making it known. Every failure became my lesson. Every scar became my strength. I no longer needed their approval. I had earned my own respect. I walked taller now, spoke with confidence, and carried a calm power that came from surviving what was meant to destroy me. People saw me and admired the woman I'd become. But none of them knew how much it cost to get here. I was no longer the girl they broke. I was the woman they never expected to rise again. And soon, they were about to find out who I had become. When karma knocks, it happens slowly, almost quietly, the way karma always moves. The same house that once threw me out was now filled with chaos. My father's business collapsed overnight. My brother lost everything he bragged about, and the people who once whispered about me were now whispering about them. One evening, I saw my mother standing outside my office door, older, tired, her eyes filled with shame. For a moment, the little girl inside me wanted to run to her, to ask why. But then I remembered every night I cried alone, every time they made me feel small. She said softly, "Elesy, we need your help." Her voice trembled, the same voice that once told me to leave. I looked at her, calm and steady, and simply nodded, not out of hate, but out of peace, because I didn't need revenge. I didn't need to hurt them back. Karma already had. I had rebuilt my life while theirs was falling apart, and that was enough. Life had done what I never needed to do. The final meeting. Years later, I met them again. The same faces that once turned away from me now looked older, quieter, broken in ways I couldn't describe. Time had done its work. Pride had faded, and when my mother's eyes met mine, I saw it, regret. They didn't come with excuses this time, only silence, and the weight of everything they'd done. My father's voice trembled as he said, "We were wrong, Elesy, we see that now." For a moment, my heart ached, not from anger, but from the memories I had spent years trying to heal. I could have walked away, but I didn't, because I wasn't that hurt, frightened girl anymore. I was stronger now, calm, grounded, and free, so I forgave them, not because they deserved it, but because I deserved peace. They cried, I smiled, and just like that, the past finally let go of me. Forgiving them didn't mean forgetting. It meant I was free. Karma's lesson. Looking back now, I realize everything had a purpose. Even the pain, every betrayal, every lonely night, every tear that fell in silence. It all shaped me into someone stronger, wiser, and unbreakable. Life taught me that karma doesn't always come fast, but it always comes. And sometimes, the best revenge isn't anger or hate. It's peace, success, and the quiet strength of knowing you survived. To everyone watching, never let betrayal destroy you. Let it build you. Because one day, the same people who doubted you will have to face what they did, and you'll be standing tall, with nothing left but grace. Her voice softens into a smile. My name is Elesy, and this was my story. Don't forget to subscribe to Venge Soul, and tell me in the comments, which city are you watching from,